All right, what's going on, everyone? Back in the shop here, guys. We got a restock on some Geecrack Harry balls. The Q bombs are back in stock, guys. So we've got two colors currently. We've got more coming in, but this is all they sent us at the moment. We've got the 1-inch and 1.2-inch, so we're very excited about that. The two colors we have are going to be brown, white, and clear green pumpkin. So what's unique about these is, as it's kind of sweeping the nation coming out of Japan, these rubber dice or balls or pyramids, whatever shape they come in, is a great way to get bit, especially in pressured situations. Now, a lot of the time, the fish haven't seen these techniques where you're throwing something that looks like this. Again, I call them hairy balls. They've got dice, cubes, whatever. This is a great weightless approach or slightly weighted approach to fishing for pressured bass, whether they're on a bed, whether they're just tucked up on structure. This can resemble a lot of different things. You know, to me, I think specifically the color, especially in green pumpkin or brown white like this, is you're imitating a bluegill, a bug, anything that has these jig skirts kind of moving around. It just adds a lot of different action on it. I am going to show you one of my favorite ways to rig this bait up. Now, of course, this bait here does use a little bit of the elastomer plastic, so it doesn't tear up really easily, and this is how I get the most out of my Q bombs here. Now, they do come in a pack of 4, I believe. You've got 1 showing in the top here, and then you've also got 3 down in the bottom. This is an Alton Jr. signature bait, so I am very excited to show these off. Hopefully he sees this and agrees with how I like to rig them, and hopefully we get with him at iCast so he can show us how he likes to rig them. All right, y'all, so to rig this up, all you're gonna need are just 3 different things. Of course, you're gonna need some hitchhikers or centering pins, owner centering pins, whatever you prefer. Your choice of hook. I prefer the Spear Point hooks, GP Finesse hook right here. This one specifically is a size 1, so this is going to be, I guess, the 3rd smallest hook they offer. You can get away with a little bit bigger hook, a little bit smaller hook, doesn't really matter. You just want to match the sink rate to your wind conditions and your water conditions. And optionally, you can also add some nail weights into this rig here. So these little 6-inch lead nail weights, these are 1/32 ounce. They fit the bait amazingly. Optionally, you can choose to go with a little bit bigger nail weight and customize how big you want them. Typically, I'm not throwing over this 1/32 ounce weight here. So to kick it off, guys, you know, the bait itself has really 2 ends. It's going to have the top, which has this little point up top, and then it's going to have a little flat side on the bottom there. So as you're starting off, you're going to take your little hitchhiker or owner centering pin, and usually there's a little bit of gap right where you can connect it, right at the top there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a pair of needle nose pliers or just normal pliers, and I'm going to crimp that down a little bit, maybe give it a little twist to help it not move around as much, and really just allow my hook to stay on there as much as possible. So I'm going to crimp that down starting off. So if you can see that there, maybe I can zoom in enough to where you can see it, but it's crimped down nice and good to where it is a solid piece, and my hook won't easily, you know, it won't easily fly off my hook. What I'm going to do next is take my Q bomb here, and on the side or on the top with that little point, what I'm going to be doing is taking this hitchhiker here. I'm going to go right around that little antenna, and I will start pushing my hitchhiker in there by twisting it. If you've got an owner centering pin, it definitely helps to get it straight down on there. And I'm going to keep going until the tip of the of that hitchhiker is basically in line with the plastic. So now that that hitchhiker is thoroughly stuck in the plastic, not coming out, which is amazing, especially for throwing this over a longer period of time. That little antenna sticking up right next to it, so I got it pretty dead center. And again, it doesn't have to be in either end, the top or bottom. You can do this in the side. You can do this wherever you want. The nice thing is these little skirts don't come out super easily. You know, after a bunch of fish, it will start coming out. But it is very, very durable. It is going to be that elastomer material as well. They are coming out with the bellows sticks and the bellows gills and bellows shads in this elastomer material, which is super awesome because it lasts such a long time. Now, really all you have to do is add a hook to it. You're going to put your hook right down that hitchhiker, and you're basically ready to go. Optionally, another thing you can do is keep twisting this in as far as it goes near into the plastic. You can take your hook, grab just a little bit of the plastic there, and it is going to create a just nice firm grip onto that Q bomb. It's not going anywhere. The V grip in the spear point hook allows it to really stay in that reservoir. And there you go. I mean, that is how I like to rig a Q bomb. Now, like I said, optionally, you can add a nail weight. Of course, this little 1/32 ounce nail weight. The reason I choose to put the hitchhiker in the top, what I call the top of the bait, is that so this hitchhiker, or sorry, is so that nail weight can actually go in the bottom part of this Q bomb here. And again, just like any nail weight, you're just gonna stick it straight in, give it a little twist. You know, these nail weights are small, so you can use some pliers. Really just push it down in there into that material. You can use some super glue, keep it in there if you want to custom weight it, not have to worry about it coming out. But that right there is a finished Q bomb, essentially. So check that out. Again, this is actually going to be this color right here in the 1.2. This is going to be the clear green pumpkin. I don't know why they call it clear green pumpkin. It is still just a normal green pumpkin to me. If it was a little bit, you know, more towards watermelon, I might call it clear green pumpkin. But for any water conditions that you're fishing, this is going to be pretty good. Now, when it comes to these rubber skirted baits, whether it's the OSP, Dice, or the Q bombs here, I'm generally going to fish them in water that is cleaner than, let's say, around a foot of visibility. You know, if it gets darker than a foot of visibility, it's going to be a lot harder for these fish to find. Now, if you've got brush-specific fish, this can be very deadly. I wouldn't call this a weedless approach. However, working this bait here, especially on live scope, can be very, very effective. Now, with that little bit of weight here, it's going to move down pretty fast through the water column. The nice thing is, as it's moving, these skirts are going to pulse and draw in a secondary action and presence for those fish. And again, like I said, we've got the 1 inch and 1.2 inch. Now, I'm not holding either one of those up, but I'm holding the 1.2s, not the 1s. So what's awesome about this, guys, is it's very modular. The really elastomer material allows you to change it up however you want to. And that right there is a super deadly technique. Let's see if we can go throw it in the fish tank and give you a better representation of the action. All right, y'all, I hope you enjoyed that footage. Again, you can buy this whole package here of, quote, demo product. So this pack of Q bombs, hitchhiker, spear point hooks, and the nail weights that we used in this video. We've also got a Doe Live Beaver package up there for free rig stuff. So again, if you enjoy kind of the content that we're doing with these products here, you can go check them out online under demo products. Talking about the setup for this technique here. Now, I like to throw this on a spinning setup. If you are into the bait finesse systems, definitely check it out with that. The great thing about this technique here is all you're really using is a drop shot style hook. Now, you can get away with a lot of different rod lengths, a lot of different actions. Narrowing it down to rods we have in the store here. One of my favorite budget-friendly rods is going to, of course, be the Daiwa Kage, sitting right under $200. This Daiwa Kage specifically is going to be the jerkbait tube rod. It's going to be a 6'10" medium fast, so I like to have a little bit faster tip on these rods, especially with this technique. It's going to be near weightless, being able to feel those bites and immediately react to them is going to be really, really good. So I highly recommend a little bit faster rod, not super fast, not super heavy, but something that can be used in a general purpose, let's say wacky rig situation. Moving up from the Kage line is going to be very similar in terms of blank. This one has AGS guides. This is the Daiwa Tatula Elite signature rod. This is the Randy Howe rod. Now this is made for the shaky heads, the small swim baits, drop shots. So in terms of the weight that you're throwing on this rod, this is going to be perfect. It's going to have a little bit more moderate action throughout the blank. It's still going to be a nice faster tip. What's amazing about this again is it's going to have the AGS guides, guys, and this one here is a 7'3" rod. Now it's a medium rod, a little bit moderate action, like I said, still going to be pretty fast at the tip section. With AGS guides, makes it an amazing rod for something like that. Now, kind of at the longer end of the spectrum, one of my favorite rods personally is going to be the X Pride series. This one here is a 7'6" rod. So, in terms of throwing into the wind, longer distance casting, this rod is going to be perfect. It is a medium light rod. However, it is going to be a extra fast. It is very snappy. That extra length plus that extra fast action is going to allow you to get an amazing long distance cast, especially with something as light as this. The guide train on it, wonderful. The Spiral X core, absolutely astounding. 7'6", medium light, extra fast. This guy right here is going to give you, like I said, supreme casting distance. I love the cork on it. The one thing that the Tatula Elite is missing is the cork for me. But of course, if you do prefer foam, this one's going to be a great option. So we've got 3 different rods there, 3 kind of different price points. When it comes to reels, 2,500 or 3,000, whichever one you prefer. I prefer 2,500 series just for the size. If you like to pick up a little bit more line, go up to that 3,000. You're not going to be disappointed in either one of those. I'm not going to tell you which reel you need for what. I will say the Surtate has been an amazing reel. The Daiwa Tatula MQLT has been extremely amazing for me. When it comes to line choices, I prefer throwing braided line to a leader. 10-pound Seagar Smackdown is usually my go-to. If you really want that extreme distance, go to something like a Sunline Overwatch and like 8 pounds. However, in terms of where I fish, 10-pound Smackdown has never failed me. Dock chains, brush, trees, literally anything like that, I can get away with it. So when it comes to leader as well, you can throw 12-pound, you can throw 10-pound, you can throw 8 pounds, you can probably throw 15-pound, get away with it. The lighter the line, the more finessey your bait's going to be, as well as when it comes to moving the bait. If you noticed in the video at the tank there, smaller twitches still give you a ton of action, especially with the skirts and stuff. So having a little bit lighter line with this technique will help it get down a little faster. And of course, you can change all that at an instant with your nail weights. So definitely make sure to check all the cool stuff out we got here, the rods, the reels, and of course, the Q bombs right here, the Emo Kamushi Q bomb by Geecrack. Online right now, excuse me, in the 1-inch and 1.2-inch. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Again, demo tackle available on the website lakeprotackle.com. Keep up with us on the Instagram and Facebook, and if you aren't subscribed, definitely hit the subscribe button if you enjoy the content here. But guys, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time. I like Pro Tackle. See ya.